Alright guys, this is the latest footage over here at the sinkhole in Louisiana, and here, before we get to this, let me change views here for a minute. Okay, over here on Climate Viewer 3D, you can see that this was the original location of the sinkhole itself, or the new Bayou Corn Lake, as it's slowly becoming called. Okay, location of the sinkhole here, and that's literally about how big it was when it first got started. And as we're going to see in the video, here's the landing platform here. I mean the drill rig platform here, and there's a little bitty landing ramp that comes out right here. You'll see that in the video. This is where the pipeline was, or the road where they traveled back and forth to check on the pipeline that's underneath of here. And this is the manufacturing plant. So this would give you an idea of just how big it was. Now, last time we talked, we said that it basically comes from this platform, this little stub here, all the way along this line, connects into this water that's naturally here, and comes on around and connects to this, and then goes all the way back through this path onto the road, and over a little bit past the road at this point. And now, with the video footage they've gotten us, we can clearly actually see now that it does in fact go all the way to this location here. Now over here is where the butane wells are, or natural gas, liquid propane gas, and this one over here has got liquid propane as well, and this one just got normal well, or just normal gas. And also we can still see that we still got bubbling going on in the creeks and or rivers or creeks, whatever you want to call these things. And again, for those of you that do not know, the actual salt dome, remember the frac actually happened from the bottom of the salt dome up to the top right there where the sinkhole's at, and it started out as bubbles like these. Okay, but the actual white area is the actual salt dome itself. That's the entirety of the salt dome, is this whole area here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. And down here is where the oil spill happened, in these salt domes down here. Now there's salt domes all throughout, underneath the beach area, all the way throughout this area here. Okay, now here's the little stump. Let's go ahead and play a little bit of this. Can't really mute this one because I guess I can right here. Maybe not. Okay, here's the drill platform. Okay, there's the manufacturing plant here. Here's the little stub. Here's the road that goes through, all the way through here. And again, it goes past the road at this point, all the way up into these dead trees here. Now, everywhere you see dead trees, those that means that already they're starting to pick up the chemicals and stuff from under the ground. So it may expand into that area. So far that's been the case. Wherever the dead trees are, that's where the hole's been expanding to. Now, a large chunk fell into the sinkhole while not Katrina, but Superstorm Sandy was taking place. Let's continue with the flyover. Okay, you can clearly see that it's coming on down through the road. This is literally just grass that's floating on top of the water at this point. And we can see now that here's the stub, and we can see that the water at the very least comes from the stub right through here, at the very least. Now it probably comes all the way back in here, and it may even go back in here where these other white dead trees are. I'm not sure at this point, but we can tell that at least comes from the stub now, and it comes all the way down in through here and connects in with this road. Okay, now at this point we can see the stub here, and we can see that there is water on this side of the stub, and we can also see that there's water coming down through here all the way onto the other side of the platform now, which is not a good thing for this platform. And it's also much clearer that you can see the water down in the trees here now. Now you can see that the water unquestionably is all the way at least to here. It appears that it comes all the way around this little loop here and down through here, but obviously all the way along the platform here, water is completely all the way around it. Now on this side don't appear to be, but again we'll see what's going on over there in a minute. So here we can clearly see just how much this sinkhole has expanded since the last time I reported on it, which was right before Superstorm Sandy. Now I did mention the fires, the methane fires that were going on down here during Hurricane Sandy or Superstorm Sandy, but this is the latest video footage of it, and we're able to see that this thing has unbelievably come in here and filled in with water. It's clearly all the way through here at this point, without question, and obviously all the way along the edge here. Okay, at this point you can see that the water comes down through here. You can see the dark coloring back underneath these trees. So clearly this thing is a whole lot larger than it originally was. I mean, just clearly. And again, you can see the water down in here. You can see the water through here. And you can see that it's continuing on down the road at least to here, and usually if you got water to here, there's water already underneath this grass too. It just hasn't started breaking up like we see here. In other words, it hasn't started to sink down below. Also notice the top of these trees right here. They're not cutting these trees out. These trees are literally sinking down into the sinkhole. You know, perhaps we are looking at quote unquote the bottomless pit. Remember, out of the bottomless pits come all these little creatures and stuff that are going to torment men. They've been given power to torment men but not kill men, so it's going to be just pure torment when these come out. Now, is this that bottomless pit? Your guess is as good as mine, guys. I have no idea. But this is an ever expanding pit, I can tell you that much. Without question, this thing has continually expanded, continually released gases. There's earthquakes going on in this area. We have methane fires going on. Lots of different things. Let's continue. And now we're back at the beginning. So let's just go forward real quick. Right here's a good view. You can see here's the power plant. You can see that the water, there's the stub. And again, it comes past the road, which goes right through here. It comes past the road up into here. And apparently way back on the road, at least to the walkway path there, which goes back over here to the manufacturing plant. Okay, so let's go back. So here's all the different alerts and stuff and that are going on with the sinkhole. But again, guys, when we get down in here and you can see, again, here's the rig. There's the little path. There's where the water is running currently all the way over to where the water is naturally. Clearly the water is all the way along this edge now, and also clearly it's all the way out through here. So really and truly what you're looking at right now is that this sinkhole goes all the way clear to this road here along this path, all the way to the manufacturing plant, and then all the way back around the trail here, all the way back around here. And clearly it's already getting back into this area of the road as well, and we didn't see any of these trees that are in the road, so those trees have already sunk down under. Okay, and then it comes on out through here. It comes right along the edge, and it pops out in through here, and then it comes back around like so for now. And again, we saw all throughout this area that there's water, so literally that's the size of the sinkhole at this point. It's kind of a elliptical shape. So heads up, guys, in Louisiana, it's still growing, still expanding. You know, as they said, the pressure is a whole lot higher than they ever imagined. They have gas coming up through the ground in all sorts of places. And if we turn on the fires over here, you can see where all the different fires are starting to pop up, even around the sinkhole itself. That's what these right here are. Is just 4 Mile Bayou, Louisiana. Napoleonville's got some fires going on. Another fire detection there. So you can get an idea of what's going on in that area. And then when you look at the nation as a whole, the amount of fires from the drought and everything else, it's just ridiculous. Okay, guys, that's your update on Louisiana for now. Not good what's going on down there. It has not improved by any means or in any way. They still don't really know what's going on down there, and I don't think anybody knows at this point exactly what's going on down there. So again, if you live in the Louisiana area, my suggestion has been for the last couple weeks is that, if you live in that area down there, I would work on beginning to find a way to get out of that state for now. And don't get in no hurry. Don't quit your job and just move and all that kind of stuff. Go locate a new job or transfer from your current location to a new location if you have that option for you, or whatever. But just start working on it. Start working on getting out of Louisiana, guys. Like I said, Katrina hit it. Isaac hit it. You've got the oil disaster to its south, which is affecting its coastline. You've got fires going on. You've got a sinkhole that continues to expand. And in my opinion, this oil spill disaster, where they pierced the ground at a pressure they've never pierced before, right there in the salt domes, and then this salt dome issue over here. I think these are all interconnected, and perhaps it goes right on down through the New Madrid, and maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be tied in with this or not, but at this point, guys, like I said, nobody knows exactly what's going on here, and it's getting clearer and clearer that this entire salt dome is going to eventually just sink. At some point, the entirety of that salt dome, and you can tell that there's a lot of farming and neighborhoods in this area, and especially out on the outer edge here. So, I mean, it's a pretty serious situation. And again, here's where the Mississippi runs through the area here. Just to give you a location for those of you that still don't know where the Bayou Corn Lake is. Okay, guys, so there's your update for the Louisiana Sinkhole. As far as Superstorm Sandy, it's not over. It's not over by far. I mean, as far as the damages and stuff like that, most of that's over. But they've got a lot of natural gas leaks right now, where the pipes got cut by the storm, and it's just venting out natural gas, potentials of fires, things like that. The coastline has literally been rewritten. When you're looking at these aerial footage, everybody that was on the first row or second row or even the third row, in some cases 2 or 3 blocks onto the shoreline, all those houses are most of them are either back out in the ocean, or they are leveled and will have to be rebuilt. And of course, whoever's houses are leveled or have to be rebuilt will have to go to the back of the line. So all the houses that were behind those houses are now the new beachfront property. Okay, and that's all along the coast of New Jersey, all the way. I mean, if we come up in here, it's all the way along this coast right here is that way. Back in here is that way. All the way down through here is that way, and even along the edges of here is that way. And this entire coast here is that way, as well as areas up here, this island here, this area, certain areas here. But all along the coastline has been completely rewritten, as we're seeing the aerial footages now. It's just insane for a Category 1. Just absolutely amazing, and you can see where all the fires broke out and all these kind of things. So, but anyways, guys, unbelievable for a Category 1 storm. Just unbelievable. I mean, it's the damage is near that of Katrina, guys, and Katrina was not a Category 1 by any means. I mean, Katrina was a Category 3 hurricane, guys. There's a huge difference. And as far as coastal damage, it did coastal damage between Louisiana and Mississippi. I mean, you're talking, this area right in here. Hold on one second. Let's get it. I'm on over here on Google Earth at this point. We'll get in here, and what I'm going to do is get this ruler out here, and we're going to go with miles, and we're just going to figure that this is the coastline that it affected, basically right in through here. And we'll say that's 419 miles that it affected, that it rewrote. Let's just say that's about what it is, about 419 miles. We'll clear that, come up here, and we'll look at what this one did. And it covered from basically somewhere right in around Atlanta City up to here. So there's 92, let's just call it 93 miles. And then we'll say starting right here to here is about 125 miles or so. And then we'll clear that. And then we know that also this area up in here got hit somewhere right in here. We'll just call that about 25 miles or so. And then we know that that got hit. We also know that this whole area got smacked pretty hard, which is about 60 miles. And that's the areas that it rewrote, as well as the islands. I'm not going to count the mileage here, and the mileage here, or the mileage here. We also know that all the coast on this and the coast along here, we also know that the entirety of inside of this white line here was completely devastated and wiped out. Has to be rebuilt. Not necessarily devastated, but has to be rebuilt. Okay, so altogether we got 93, 125, 25, and 60. Well, obviously 125 and 25 is 150. Then you got 93, which would make it about 243. And then you've got 60, so that's 303 miles, and that's not counting any of this stuff. Okay, because it didn't rewrite this stuff; it just devastated it. Okay, but I'm not counting the areas up in here where it rewrote the shoreline. I'm not counting quite a few areas. So we're looking at 303 miles. Katrina, which was a Category 3, 2 times as powerful as this hurricane, only did 400. So this one did near the scale. I mean, remember when we went down there and looked, we were counting a lot of area that did not get rewritten by Hurricane Katrina. Literally we said from here all the way to Mississippi, which was 415 miles. So, or I'm sorry, the other end of Alabama, which clearly it did not rewrite all of that area. So what I'm saying is, damage-wise on the coast, Superstorm Sandy as a Category 1 did near the damage of Hurricane Katrina, which was a Category 3 when it made landfall. I mean, it was a Category 5 at one time. So anyways, guys, coastal-wise, like I said, Superstorm Sandy literally rewrote the books in all sorts of imaginable ways. I mean, it did the damage of what Category 5 storms do, and over a swath of area that's just unfathomable. When you look at the charts, which I don't have, but you can go to the Weather Channel and watch on the Weather Channel and what have you. And like I said, all these states in this entire area, every one of them has some sort of damage, including flood damage from Lake Michigan's. This storm literally was 1,500 total miles all the way across. Just unbelievable. And this was a Category 1. So anyway, the whole point of this video wasn't to talk about Sandy, but Louisiana. So Louisiana, there's your update. Love you guys. Get in the Word, stay in the Word, and get the Word in you. And I'll talk with you guys soon. Shalom to all.